everybody. Welcome to Conversations with Water with Wellness Professionals. Hey, my name's Wade, and I'm going to be your host today. Today, we're going to talk with Ana Paula Soares. Ana Paula, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me. I have my mug too.
Oh, wow. I love your mug. Do you want to explain a little bit about your mug?
Sure. This is my favorite mug. I got this mug as a gift from a really good friend when I had my first child. So it was a big moment in my life, and this is a big mug too.
Well, welcome to Conversations with Wellness Professionals and Water or Tea. Glad to have you here today. A little bit about Ana Paula. Ana Paula is going to give a nice talk about a specific question that we've put together. And this is a little bit about Ana Paula. Ana Paula is a licensed professional counselor with a master's degree in clinical and community psychology. Originally from Brazil, South America, she now resides in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and is fluent in English, Spanish, and Portuguese. Ana has several years of experience in the field of emotional and trauma healing, personal growth, and empowerment. In addition to individual counseling and healing, Ana Paula has also a vast experience leading women's groups, retreats, and workshops. She is a therapeutic breathworker, as well as has led several events in that discipline. She excels at blending spiritual and science together, which really adds depth to understanding. And me personally, I have seen Ana Paula put together this science and spirituality in a way that's really easy to understand. And I really enjoy that about you, Ana Paula.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you could take time out of your busy day to join us for this conversation call.
Thank you, Wade. Thank you. And I think more than ever, it's time. It's time to talk about emotional health for sure.
Absolutely. And the question that we came up with today is, with many challenges in the world today, our own self-doubt or our learned behavior of fixing ourselves, how can we help people who have never been to a counselor before? And there's a lot of people out there that just don't know what that means to go to a counselor, right? There's a lot of feelings around that. And how can we get them over the bridge and knowing and feeling it's okay to ask for help? So that's the question, and I'd love to hear your response.
So this is a really profound question, and I'm gonna try to answer in those 10 minutes that we have now. I would answer this question in two layers. First of all, I wanted to give attention to the folks who have looked for help and haven't really found what they're looking for. I think the healthcare system hasn't done a really good job in supporting mental health and wellness. You know, so sometimes when people come to me for counseling or for retreats, they already sometimes went through other places and they couldn't find what they were looking for. Like they didn't feel heard, they didn't feel seen, or it's very connected to the medical model, right? So trying to really put them into a diagnosis. Our mental health system, together with our healthcare system, is really connected with the pharmaceuticals too. So sometimes like there is that it's not easy to find a super comprehensive support system for mental health. The second piece of this is the taboo, right? I mean, I think like as culturally speaking, especially in this country, emotions have been seen as connected to weakness, or I don't know if everybody felt that or heard this before, like, oh, you're too emotional, or you're weak, or boys don't cry, or girls don't cry, or be good. So there's so many cultural norms. They're not allowing for us to see our emotions as a normal thing. So sometimes a lot of people don't look for help because they are sometimes scared of their own emotions because they're not understanding their own emotions, or sometimes they're not even recognizing it, right? So a lot of awareness is important, and also recognizing like, oh, right now I'm feeling sad. I would like to share with this, right? The other thing is like we have institutionalized help. I mean, help is everywhere. You know, a good social network is very important, you know, and this time with the COVID and the pandemic, you know, reaching out to friends, sharing your feelings, right? When we're children, if we're angry we show, if we're sad we show, and as we grow we learn that, you know, we shouldn't be showing our feelings. So I think this is a taboo that we should shift, right? And as a mental health in terms of system, we should find a better way to support people, right? So so if I didn't say those two things, I would be naive, right? So I wanted to give my, you know, my love to the folks who have looked for support and didn't find it. Don't give up. You know, don't give up. There are a lot of people there very capable of supporting. Now with the whole shift of online services, a lot of good therapists and holistic wellness practitioners have shifted their services online. So it's very interesting too. I've seen some very, very capable professionals doing work now nationally. So people that are connecting with other services nationally too. Another layer is culturally competency, and also people that look like you. You know, sometimes like in a healthcare system, we need to support to have more people that look like us, you know, in the community, being able to provide services too. So yeah, so if I feel like if you are recognizing that you need emotional support, I would say don't hesitate in looking for this support. And sometimes that support can look like different things, right? Sometimes, yeah, connecting with a professional is important, because this professional have knowledge and tools and experience that can support you to move through, you know, some situation in your life. Could be past trauma, could be different life transitions, emotions that you're not being able to manage, memories are coming to you and you cannot let it go of it, nightmares or dreams you have. So there's definitely a good time for professional support. However, there's other kinds of mental health and emotional support, you know, like connected to nature is a huge way that you can really connect with your emotional health and mental health. Our bodies are perfectly designed to let it go of stress if we allow to, and if we're aware of how to do it, you know. So connecting with nature is a very important thing. Also having being present and having a genuine relationship with others around you is very healing and very soothing for our emotional health, right? So taking the time to be present to yourself, taking the time to be present with the people around you, can also support the regulation of our emotions, you know. So some of those things that I would like to share with you. So don't give up if you have already looked for support and couldn't find it. I think there's people there fighting for better mental health services, and hopefully with this pandemic we can have hopefully a reform into our healthcare system and more support for wellness and emotional health. But don't give up and look for support if you need to. There's nothing wrong with that.
I've got a question about that.
Absolutely.
As people think and feel about themselves that they have something that they need to get out, you know, how do they know which angle, which area, which wellness professional to go to? Is it more of a connection, or is it more of, you know, start at the counseling area, or, you know, because there's so many different varieties of wellness out there.
That's true. That's very true. And some people come to me with the same very question, you know, so like, I don't even know, because even the names are confusing, right? Is a psychotherapist, is a professional counselor, is a psychiatrist, who I need to connect, right? Personally, as a professional counselor, I think counseling is a very good thing, because you can actually, within the counseling, you can go deeper and find out what else you need, right? So in the work that I do a lot of connection with other professionals. So sometimes people, it would be important for people to connect with a psychiatrist, because it will be important to see other layers, or sometimes medication has a place sometimes. Or sometimes I literally refer to a chiropractor, because we're working on your emotions, and you need to make sure your body is aligned, so you can have, you know, the strong structure you need for your emotions to flush through, right? So I agree that it's very confusing, to when you're looking for mental health services, what you need, right? um Nowadays, for example, this platform of this amazing website right now, that is you know, creating opportunities for different professionals to be together, I think this is an awesome solution, because our systems right now are very segregated. So you look for services here for mental health, here for emotional health, here for herbs, here for, you know. So I really appreciate this platform, for example, that is bringing together different professionals, and then you can look and say, oh, you know, I think what she's saying is interesting. You know, I need herbs right now, right? The other thing is trust your intuition too. A lot of times we're looking for external responses, and listen to your intuition. You know, sometimes you if you really listen to your intuition, you might know what you need. You know, it's like, oh, you know, I need to talk to somebody, you know, or I think I would need, my body needs more nutrients or herbs, and then going to an herbalist, right? Or sometimes I can tell my mind is racing. I think if I quiet down, mindful exercises would be good. So I will look for a professional in that sense, right? So trusting your intuition, and just knowing that looking for help and improving yourself and your emotional health is not weakness, is not because you don't know how to manage your emotions, is because it's natural as humans, right? We all have different knowledge that we can share with each other. It's my perspective.
And also, like, if you do go to somebody and it just doesn't feel, the connection isn't there, don't give up, right? I mean, there's
Absolutely. Don't give up, and don't feel scared of saying it. We also have this idea, because sometimes mental health might come from a lot of the medical models. Sometimes there's this hierarchy between, you know, the counselor, the psychiatrist, and the client, and it shouldn't be, right? I think it's if you don't feel that connection, first, don't give up. Second, share that if you feel comfortable, because that could be also beautiful material for the healing, because that could be also something that is part of your healing, that sharing this could bring your connection as a therapist and a client even deeper. Or the professional can say, you know, maybe you would benefit from something else, right? So I think very good communication, period, could be to yourself, could be to the people around you, could be to the professionals you work with. It's very key for healing too, you know. Once again, trusting your intuition, communicating that, you know, could be to people around you, saying, you know, I think I need support, you know. Teenagers, to connect with their parents, I think I need support, right? Or parents, or even within each other, sharing that you need support. There's nothing wrong with that, and it's not a sign of weakness, you know. So I would say, yeah, don't give up. Don't give up your mental health, because mental health is affects all the layers of your life, and also accumulates. So if you're not dealing, our society is very good in distractions. So we have been trained in being distracted. So, oh, I feel sad, oh, I'm just gonna drink. I feel angry, I'm just gonna eat. I'm gonna work more, I'm going to, right? So we the problem with this is that if we don't address what you're feeling emotionally, if you don't address what your needs are at that moment, normally what happens is accumulates, you know. And that's when stress gets higher. This is when we feel lost, and then we feel confused, because emotions can also make us not necessarily see clearly, you know. So so I would say pay attention to your emotional needs. It's one of the best gifts you give to yourself.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, cheers to you, Anna Paula. Thank you so much for today.
Thank you so much. Cheers to emotional health.
Here's emotional health. Well, everybody,
Thank you.
Anna Paula's website will be at the link below this video. And this video is posted on www.awakeningmindbodyandspirit.com. Thank you, Anna Paula. Appreciate your time today. Have a great
Thank you. Absolutely. Thanks. Bye-bye.